Okay, today's topic, 14th Feb. Today's topic is requirements study. Whether you are a software developer or you are a software tester, this is important. This is very important. Unless you understand what the customer asks, you will not be able to either develop or test. Otherwise, you'll be developing under assumptions, or you will be developing under or testing under assumptions. What is the requirement? What does the customer want? This is the typical question. If you ask the customer, many times customer himself or herself may not even know what exactly they want, but they will be able to tell. They will not have any document. So there may be document or may not be there. Don't always expect the customer to give a document. Customer many times I have seen either they will not have documents or the document will be only 70% complete, or the document says one thing, product says something else. This is also known as specification. Specifications of the product. But there are ways that you can get the product information. I want to know about what you want. Discussions. Discussion is one mode where customer says, I want this. I want this. I want a login screen. I want a registration screen. I want a pricing screen. I want a status check screen. So customer may say, I want this, I want this. This is my actual flow of work in my office. It can happen through discussions. Or a demo. Customer may have old product or just prototype. What is a prototype? It may not be exactly the product. It may just have some screens, that's all. It may not actually work. But by showing that, you'll be in a position to understand what he wants. Somebody will say, I have a Visual Basic product. Now I want to convert that to AngularJS. I have a old COBOL program. Now I want to convert that into React.js. So they may demo a old product, or they may show prototype, presentation. They may have some PowerPoints. Oh, this is what we discussed in our meeting, in our internal meetings. This is what we want. Or a formal document. It may be a formal document. The customer would have documented everything. This is what exactly I want. The requirements may come to you in either of these forms. You cannot always expect just one. There may be multiples, especially in large companies, in large projects. There will be demo, there will be an old product, there will be a prototype, there will be a presentation, there will be a document. All of these things will be present in big companies and big products. Why? Because it is not just one person. Multiple project managers will be involved. Okay. Let us take a bank. Loan section will give their own requirements. And then core banking will give another requirements. ATM section will give another requirements. NEFT RTGS will give another requirements. Foreign exchange team will give another set of requirements. So there will be multiple business owners, business stakeholders. So each one will give their requirement. So you can have one will follow one style, another guy will follow another style. So customer, before you start testing the project, you need to understand what the requirements are. Let me talk about one form of writing requirements. Okay. One form of writing requirements is called feature list, a way to write requirements. I want this, I want this, I want this, something kind of like that. Let me open an Excel sheet. They will say requirement ID, requirement name, detailed description. I would say not name, brief description, detailed description. Let me tell you what it is. Customer may say a brief description of a requirement. I was talking about the campaign, customer relationship management, CRM product, campaign or advertising. Imagine somebody wants to track what is their advertisement. Let us take a big corporation like Glaxo or Britannia or some other construction company like L&T. You see the ads, or a consumer company or a car company or a bike company, they give a lot of ads and they want to track ads. To track the ads, advertisements, they will give some requirements. This is what I want as a software. I'm going to write some requirements. You can see how the requirement document will look like. Is the concept so far clear to you all? How to, what, where the requirements will be. You will not be writing the requirements. Take it from me. You will not write the requirements. Somebody from the customer will give the requirements. But you know how it should look like. Okay, good. Let me go back to my Excel sheet. Requirement ID I will fill later because I can just do a drag and drop over here. Brief description. Ad types must be configurable. Suppose the customer says there are different types of ads and it should be configurable in the system. What does he really mean? There are different types of ads. TV, radio, paper, magazine, right? Event, etc., etc. Now what they say is, right now these are all the types: TV, radio, paper, or magazine, or event as advertisement. Tomorrow there may be more advertisement types, banner ads, something like that, WhatsApp ads, Facebook ads. There may be more types. It should be configurable in the system. That's what they meant. So they will write like this only. A few requirements document, if you read, you will understand the terminology. Terminology means wordings. Other, and then say add partners management module is required. What is this? Advertisement partners. Suppose a car company gives, you are seeing an ad for the car company. Car company does not create the ad. There is an advertisement agency. That agency will get shootings, visuals, typings, voice, music, everything they will put. Company will give you only the money. Let us say TVS Pulsar or Hero Honda. Hero company does not create the visual ad. Somebody else is creating. They say partner name, address, contact, email, web, expertise, etc. must be stored. So I need who is my partner. And then I can also say more than one partner for one type of ad may exist. What does it mean? This is what a customer will say. Typically, a customer will say, for TV ad, I will have two partners. For radio ad, I may have 3 partners. For magazine ad, I may have 10 partners. So I may have multiple partners with respect to a particular ad type. Then ad schedule must be done by ad manager. What is this? Suppose you have created an ad. This ad must show only between this date and this date and this time and this time. Why? Because let us take in Tamil Nadu Adi Tallubadi. It will before Adi and then during Adi only it can be there. In some other month, let us say Margazhi Masam, there is no point in displaying an Adi Tallubadi ad. Christmas ad you have to do only before Christmas. Post Christmas, Christmas ad doesn't make any sense. Same when you are Pongal ad, before Pongal you will do, on Pongal you can do. But 5 days after Pongal, the ad for Pongal, you created a specific ad for Pongal. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't make sense. Okay. For each ad, start date and time and end date and time must be specified. This is like customer giving his wish list. I want this. I want this. In this, I want these details to be managed. But everywhere you will have during requirements, in requirements, okay? Remember these three. For any requirement, user, who does that? Is it an ad manager? Is it a partner? Or is it the administrator? Who does that? User, data, activity. This is very important. In any requirement, always ask a question. Who is the user doing this? What is the data being stored or viewed? We talked about create, read, update, delete, right? Which is the data created? Which is the data updated? Which is the data deleted? Which is the data viewed? And what is the activity? Is it saving? Is it updating? What is the activity? Or is it just viewing? Or is it searching? What is the activity? Okay. Remember these three things: user, data, activity. You need to have a grip on these three items. Whether you are a developer or a designer or an architect or a project manager or a tester. The moment you have the grip on these three, it will be very, very easy for you to further track. Okay. Now, let me go back to my screen. Let us have a very simple question and answer session. I want you to type, for example, let us take a system. Zomato or order booking, food item booking system. Okay. In a food booking application, who is the user? What is the activity? What is the data? Keep typing. In the Q&A chat, you start typing. I will start. One is in a food ordering application, first thing is user downloads application install file, the APK file from Play Store. This is one activity. User is what? Any consumer, any buyer. What is the activity? Downloading from Play Store. What is the data here? The data is the APK file. Data can be just a text or anything, or a file or an image or an audio. Data can be anything. This is one activity. I gave an example like this in a food ordering application. What are all the other activities? Think in terms of user, activity, and what data being used in that. Can you start typing? Probably you may be seeing my screen also. You will see here. I gave one. I will give another activity. User installing the application. Activity is install. User is the buyer. Data, while installing, it will ask your mobile number. It will send an OTP, submit an OTP. So your phone number and your OTP are required for installation. Correct? That is the second one. Third, anybody who can think of an activity, you can type. Or you want to talk? Does someone want to talk? Any volunteers? Can you please raise your hands? If you can raise your hands, I can open your mic. You can talk. You can tell about what is the user, what is the activity, what is the data. With respect to this food ordering system, 2 activities I told. Let me give one more example in the same thing. User opening the application. Because your mobile is on, application is not yet open. User taps on the icon, right? That's an activity. Basically the buyer. Then what is another activity? Another set of data. Anybody can think of? You can type it in Q&A chat. Choosing the restaurant, dishes, and restaurant name and dish name. Correct. Very good. Activity is choosing the restaurant and dishes. Okay. And I would say don't club. Choosing the restaurant is one separate activity. Choosing the dish is another separate activity. It will look very similar to us, but when you tap, whether it is Sangeeta or Saravana Bhavan or some other Vasanta Bhavan, you are choosing restaurant. While choosing restaurant, you are doing only that. Same way, items, chapati, something else, idli, pongal, that's a separate activity. User entering address in their profile information. Correct. Very good. Thanks, Vignesh. User entering address data because there will be a profile. What is your home address? What is your lat long location, GPS location? You will be selecting that location so that when the delivery person comes, that person need not look for anything, just the way will come. Okay, the Google map will show. For that, they need address. Correct. Then what is the other activity? Think user activity data. Then it will become very easy. Anything in the world can be combined like this. This is a magic triplet. Another activity, another thing is buyer entering UPI ID. Activity is entering UPI, entering UPI ID. Data, the UPI, your UPI ID, whatever your cell phone number at YBL or ABL, SBI, something like that, or a Paytm ID at Paytm. Buyer enters that. Then another thing is another activity, you buyer giving rating to the delivery person. That is another activity. So buyer is the user. Activity is giving rating. Data is 1 star or 2 star or 3 star or 4 star or 5 star. This is another activity. Another activity, buyer searching for order status. That's another activity. What is the data here? The data, you don't enter anything, you choose. Whatever is the current order in progress, it will show on your screen. Click on check status or tap on check status, show status. It will say 10 minutes to dispatch, dispatched, delivery person on the way, or delivered, that's the status, or cancelled, that's the status. So any activity, right? User is buyer, order status, order number is your data, and the status is your data. Like this, the customer may also say requirements in that manner. Okay, brief description, ad schedule done by manager. Again, coming to CRM back, status of ad, or say cancel an ad, marketing admin cancels a particular ad by choosing the ad ID/name. Who will give? Many times customer will always have a person who is the business analyst, or you will have your own business analyst in your project team. That person will discuss document. Once a document is like given like this to you, what you are supposed to do is read it. Your job. Who creates this specification? Business analyst prepares requirements. What is your job then? Read and understand. Go through the document, understand the document. When you can understand the document, when you read the document, normally what will happen? You tell me. Suppose I am giving you a 10-page document or say 20-page document to you. What will happen? You tell me. You can type it in the chat. 100 pages or 150 pages document I am giving for a customer relationship management system. And you are reading, and I have given you 1 full day. You have to read it, or 2 full days I have given. When you read, what happens? Won't you get doubts? Won't you think that this is not clear? Because it is very difficult for anybody to write a perfect document. It takes long time. It takes multiple reviews to get a perfect document in place. So when you read a document, won't you get doubts? If you feel that you will get doubts, please raise your hands or give a reaction. Good. Just 1, 2 reactions, 4 hands raised out of 99 people. 3 reaction and 4 hands up. 7 out of 99. Guys, once again, I'm telling you, you have to participate. Otherwise, you guys are sleeping. Okay. No more hands raised. If you don't participate, this is another problem. This is exactly, I know, you know where exactly it is reflecting. Not participating. What is the polling percentage, average polling percentage in India in any state, in any election? Average polling percentage. In most of the cases, it is around 70. In many cases, it is only 60. Why? It's a criminal waste not to vote. People have to go, take that extra step to vote on that voting day. Otherwise, you are not exercising your democratic rights. People are so used to not participating in anything, and it also reflects in voting. And that creates another set of problems. Imagine if the constituency has got 5 lakh people, all the 5 lakh people vote. Again, voting population, not all the population, because only above 18, right? If all the voting population votes, it's a different case. So I encourage you to participate. I encourage you to participate. And always have this in mind. Nobody is going to come near you and then spoon feed you. That those days are gone. If you don't participate, you are done. So nobody is going to come and spoon feed you at all. You are all grown up. Unless you participate, nobody cares. So what happens? Only the participating crowd is just 20 to 20, top 20 to 25%. They get jobs. Remaining 75%, they struggle. They take another 2 to 3 years to realize, oh, I need to participate. Then they start working. Then they start talking. Why waste 2 to 3 years? We are here to help you. Okay. Participate more. That is more important. Otherwise, it doesn't enthuse us also. It's a boring session for me also otherwise. I need more people to participate. Even if 10 people attend the session and 10 people participate, I am happy. Okay, good. So coming back to our lesson, your job is to read and understand, raise any doubts. This is extremely important. Top priority. This is not clear. This is not clear. This is not clear, sir. You have asked about this. Suppose I go to this thing. You say, marketing admin cancels a particular ad by choosing ad ID. Ad ID means, is it 6 digits or 10 digits? How is the ID formed? What is the format of the ID? Ask. If it is there in the document, somewhere it is given, well and good. If it is not given, you need to ask. It is your responsibility to ask anything that is not clear to you. But another problem is, do not call every now and then and ask for doubts. That is also important. You cannot go and disturb your project manager or your development manager or your business analyst or your customer. So what should I do? Morning to evening 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I keep reading the document. I get doubts. I note down all the doubts. Note down all the doubts. Wherever you have a doubt, where will you get the doubts? If you are not getting an answer, who is the user doing this activity? If you are not getting the answer, that needs clarification. Any step, a data is involved. Any step in software, some data is involved. If any step which is not stating a data, ask for it. There should be sequence of activities. Do this first, do this next, do this next, do this next. For every line a customer gives like this, what is the activity? Who is the user? See here, in this case, they said by ad manager. In the brief description, they have given the user. Whereas here they have not given the user, they have given the user in the detailed description. So it can be anywhere because it's a free English text. There is no rule. This is how a requirement must be written. There is no rule. It can be any free format. But only thing is, for every single activity, you must know who is the user doing, what is the data being used. Is this concept clear to you? If so, please give a reaction or raise your hands. Any requirements given, ask for doubts. Before ask for doubts, read, note down which user, which activity, which data. That's it. Nothing else is required. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop right here. Okay. I will pause the recording. Card. I could see people writing scenario, the activity, login ID, username, password, sign in, personal information like academic qualification, etc. You give correct, right? Activity 1, filling user details, data, preferred name, address, user, candidate, correct. Specifying the cutoff mark, data, subject mark, user, candidate. Activity 3, college preferences, data, college name, user, right. Allotment details, data, college name that is allotted for the candidate, user, counseling management, excellent. So this, which college is allotted to some person is not entered by you, it is done by the counseling management. That is correct, very good. Then activity 5, viewing the result, data, allotted college name, user, candidate, very good. I like this, this is good. I think Samyukta got the knack of how to write this thing. Now activity is open the application, user is you, okay, using the application, personal information, personal data, entering school marks, yes, choosing the college, college member, checking the information, yes, correct. Activity is checking the information, that is college member, because you have given some of the details like this is your SSLC mark, this is your higher secondary mark, whether that is correct or not, they are checking, excellent, very good. Paying fees is you, data is UPI ID card details, print the application, you, data is print out, close the application is correct. College activities list, I don't know what exactly is foreign languages, student council, sports, clubs, organization. How does it come to a college application? How does it come to your college application portal? I don't know whether you mentioned that you meant you have given these things as additional qualifications. Yes, because when you're applying for PhD or when you are applying for MPhil and other things, I have volunteered, I have tutored in this particular college. I have gone to these places and then submitted papers or presented papers. Those things add value. But again, sports also add a lot of value. You know what? In Stanford University, US, California, if two people have the same marks, exactly the same marks, what is the tiebreaker? You know, again, many universities follow this. The tiebreaker is whether you are a performing artist or not. Academically, if two people are exactly same, how to find the right guy? Then they say, do you do any performing arts like playing violin or singing song or playing guitar or playing drums, any instruments or vocal? Why? Music knowledge is treated as the ultimate knowledge when it comes to aptitude. A person performing musical instruments is found to be very good in terms of their mind, mental stability also. So they give first preference to music. Both perform music. Then what is the tiebreaker? Then athletics. Whether you are a sprinter, whether you are a high jump guy, javelin throw guy, athletics. Then chess. Within these three, definitely there will be some tiebreak. Okay. So if you say I have in your application, I have got the I have represented state in volleyball team. That's an added advantage to get in the counseling. There's a sports quota. Excellent, right? See, what I would suggest is Anna University does verification and you apply for that position. Again, for each activity, you write always like a, this is the activity, this is the user, this is the data. Try to write like that. Here, it's a student's education data. It is like a, in Tamil, I can say, it's very generic. You have to be very specific. Okay. So be very specific. Now, this is good. This is good exercise. In fact, at least I'm happy that at least 4 or 5 people are able to write it. Okay. That is good. Now, Going further, I am coming here. We have talked about this user data activity. How to raise the doubts? How to raise the doubts is user missing in the document? Is data missing in the document? Is activity missing or not clear? Right? It may be there, but it is confusing. They have written etc. Somebody may also ask what is etc. For example, in this thing I have written event dot dot. What is that event dot dot? What can be further? What is that etc.? People may ask because that's a doubt. And never think it is a silly doubt. Okay. Never think it is a silly doubt. A small information may lead to a big problem. A small confusion may lead to a big problem at a later point of time. So never think, because many times, oh, if at all I ask a doubt, it should be like a Nobel Prize winning doubt. No, nothing like that. It is not clear, it is not clear. So many times people hesitate. People hesitate to ask the doubts. So but only thing is, don't pick up the phone. Hello, my dear friend, I have a problem here. I have a doubt. Daddy, I have a doubt. Right? Like that kind of a thing we should not do. Only thing is, read, think, write down doubt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe evening you schedule a meeting at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Ask all the doubts one after the other. The project lead or project manager or the business analyst will clarify all your doubts. Again, it will be a meeting only. That is why I'm saying half the time you will be reading, many times you will be writing, many times you will be in the meeting. So in software, half is technical, half is communication and team play. So that is why participation is extremely important. If you don't participate, if you don't talk, if you don't write, you will not be able to work in a team. Is this concept clear? People think coding alone is software. Not at all. Testing alone is not software. No. It is only just half of it. Remaining half is always communication. That is why you tell me in all your campus interviews, they test for attitude. Then they look for communication. Do they really look for a lot of technical knowledge in you during campus interview? No. Reason is, if your aptitude level is good, I can train you. If you are communicating, I can train you. You can be a good team player in my company. That's it. At a fresher level, these are all the fundamental qualifications we always expect. But technical knowledge is important, but technical knowledge alone is not sufficient at all. That is why you may think that guy would not have scored a lot of mark. That guy may not be technically sound, but he got a job. Why? He is communicating. That is the only reason. But communication is not at all a big problem. Okay, it's not at all a big problem. Before I close the session today, okay. Babu Chidambaram, okay. Babu Chidambaranar, okay. This person is a great freedom fighter. In Tamil, we say Vavu. In English, VO Chidambaram Pillai Chidambaranar Vikar, right? He is a very, very good Tamil scholar. He is a lawyer. British government had all the ship management and ship traffic under their control. He sold a lot of his properties and then he created a shipping company. He created a shipping company and he ran a competition to the British East India Shipping Company. Since he was a freedom fighter, they put them in jail and they asked him to pull the cart for the oil machine, right? We call it as check. Check. That means the oil squeezer. It's a big one in wood. Usually bulls will pull that in a round fashion. They asked this person, an eminent lawyer, an eminent Tamil scholar, and a business person who can run ships, to pull that cart like a bull. They ill-treated him. Still, he fought for the freedom of India. So an amazing person. So we should be proud of the sacrifice of such people. We should recognize the sacrifice of such people like Chidambaranar. With that, I will close the session for today. So we should be proud of our nation. And this person is a great person. Okay. What sacrifice we do? If at all we do something, we should study well, we should work hard, bring the country back to the glory. That is the only thing that you should look at it. Okay. So let us praise Chidambaranar. Let us praise our country. Let us praise our mother tongue. With that, I will close the session today. We will meet in the database session. Okay. The actual answer keys for the last week MCQ we will publish tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. I will stop the screen share. I'll stop the recording. And